7 Charlie Sierra 3 Ragchew, just an audio test for live stream, no response needed. Mike 7, Charlie Sierra connected to the Ragchew Net, and yeah, so it's Thursday, all goes around on the radios across the wall. But of course, yeah, I'm trying to clear the log and speak, and I will get it all over there. I've got to make sure everything's that my desktop audio is being shared. I've had to do the audio slightly differently. I came to check just before commencing Ragchew Net, noticed there was no audio coming through the source where I normally get it from cqnorthwest. Then I'm like, oh, where's the cables, etc., etc., and it's like, oh, no, not accessible, can't do that right now. And I decided I would install Peanut on the live stream computer. So of course, yeah, Peanut is installed on the live stream computer, and of course, yeah, hopefully audio is going out on the live stream. So I'm trying to do things as we speak as well, wondering why some colours aren't changing and things like that, but it's not a problem. What we'll do is we will start the net. So if you would like to be number 1 into the Saturday Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location.
Yeah, 5 Romeo India Papa, this is Michael in Lebanon, Tennessee, where it's snowing and about -5 degrees Celsius, and we're having a winter storm watch. The winter storm is currently going on. And joining the Ragchew Net, back to you, Chris, Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, you did send me a message earlier on, saying that probably, yeah, there wouldn't be anything because of the storm, etc. But of course, yeah, we're lucky, and I will touch my shack desk, which is meant to be wood. There is some wood in there somewhere, and we'll all be good. So, if you'd like to be it's actually number 3 into the Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location. Anybody on the live stream, if you can give an audio check as well and tell me what the audio's like in the comments. So, if you'd like to be number 3, go ahead with your call sign, name and location.
GW5VOG, Steve in Penarth, South Wales, just out a couple of miles outside Cardiff, and it's miserable and rainy here, and has been most of the week. We had a bit of sunshine yesterday, but back to the normal grey rain today. I was left a big pause there. I thought Rod might come in second, but he didn't, so here I am. And back to you, Chris.
Yeah, thanks very much there, Steve. Got you in there. Lucky I am running this system because, yeah, when I looked over to the Peanut, it was literally telling me that you were, well, 2W0VOG was coming in, but we know it's GW5VOG. Yeah, but it was telling me that you were coming in there. So, of course, yeah, I unkeyed and listened to the rest of your over. So, well, I've got the 5.9 report from Michael for the audio, so that must be all good on the live stream there. So, yeah, might run this system. It might be a better chance of running it and it actually working properly. It did take me a lot to get this version into my computer, and yeah, I was shouting at my computer, and I was saying, it's my effing computer, why are you telling me that this is protected content and I can't run it? I want to run it, so I held my shift key and I ran it. So it's all running there. I've got no microphone in there to use it, but it's only the audio I wanted. So yeah, it's good that it works there. And then of course, yeah, I'm still pulling it from cqnorthwest, but probably on the live stream, it's probably actually in sync now with when the call sign changes. Yeah, if anybody knows that one as well, handy to know. So if you'd like to be number 4 into the Saturday Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location.
G0, you said Rod and Cambridge.
Yeah, thanks very much there, Rod. I've got you. Thank you very much. So, yep, we've got, we've had Michael, and everyone else, and I've got to have a little look-see through. So, we are missing, I know that this next one's only listening, so I'm going to have to put that one in as listening, MW0TTF. And, of course, yeah, MW7SMA, he keyed up before the Ragchew Net, and Twitter did. So, who would like to check in and be number 6? Go ahead with your call sign, name and location. Okay, nothing heard there, and of course, yeah, we just go back to normal. And we will go to the top of the list. So we're going to go to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5 of Romeo India Papa. He's been out there tying everything down, and he's hoping that, yeah, he doesn't lose any electric. Where's your Giacomo? Where's your battery backup? Hi. Over to you there, Michael.
Chris, it's Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa, and yes, I heard a meteorologist put this yesterday, actually. It was going to be a lasagna, a winter storm. Means we're going to start out with snow, then we're going to layer on top of it with some freezing rain and sleet, possibly some ice or accumulations. Then we'll have some more snow, then we'll have some more ice. And the temperatures are going to be in the negative range. They say by tomorrow morning we'll probably be at least let's see, what are they, about -10 to -15. So none of it's going to thaw, it's just going to get worse. One of them, so it's just going to be layered like a lasagna. And on top of that, I didn't know this, they said if the accumulations of ice are 100 or half an inch on a power line, that's like somebody hanging a 250-pound weight on the power line. And if it accumulates to an inch, more than likely what they're expecting anyway, that's like saying a 750-pound man sitting on that power line, which means that power line probably will come down, leaving a lot of us in the dark. So I'm charged up everything that I can possibly keep charged up, including all my HTs and phones, iPads, anything else that needs to be charged for communication's sake, and we're hoping for the best. I haven't had many power outages in my house, so I'm hoping it holds true for the 21 and a half years I've lived here. I've had one because of a tornado that lasted about 12 hours without power, and with these temperatures, it won't take long to get cold. But I do have a fire log that runs off of gas. I've got a stove that runs off of gas. We also picked up another propane tank. So hopefully we'll be able to stay warm and be able to eat. With that, I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Welcome everybody to the net. Rod and Chris and Steve and everybody. WA5 RIP.
Yeah, Mike 7 Charlie Sierra. Well, we might have been very close to time out there, but or it might have just been there is a little blip when you finish keying. I know when I sorted the audio out for the live stream, that's why there wasn't so much countdown music. I know, of course, I was trying to multitask, have a cigarette, and I got the audio running and whatever. The YouTube was late going live as well, yeah, I was trying to check the audio, but I was hearing a clicking on the live stream audio after when people put down, but yeah, it was showing like a double key every time you keyed, Michael. But it's not a problem. I know you're using an open spot probably. So we will go round to Steve now, GW5VOG.
GW5VOG returning. Thank you, Chris. Good evening to everyone. The old Three Musketeers again. Yeah, so normal sort of week here. I've been doing a bit of FT8 every night. Messing around with a few other radios, sorting out my power supplies, which is had a bit of a, not really a problem, but I had to disconnect my main one and redo all the connections on the back. With my radio club, which I go to every Tuesday night, we're not having a meeting next Tuesday, we're having our annual New Year dinner. So that will be quite interesting. Looking forward to that. And yeah, food porn. I had Marks and Spencer mushroom pie with sweet corn and vegetarian gravy. How about that? And yeah, with that then, I'll hand it back to you, Chris, M7CCS from GW5VOG. Back to you.
Mike 7 Charlie Sierra. Well, the Marks and Spencer's pie, I hope it's got plenty of filling in it. And does it come with a gold-plated tray instead of a tin tray like normal? Hi. So yeah, next in the log we have got MW0TTF listening. I know it'll be listening. And unless he wants to make himself known, if he does want to come in, but he normally is listening. And I know that City keyed up before the net, and he normally is listening. So he's in the log as listening. So we've got to make everything work for me, and it seems to be. So if you'd like to be number 7 into the Saturday Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over. Okay, nothing heard, and if I just put the picture back up again, because that's all we've got at the minute, and we'll go back round to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. I was trying to say it slow, so that the actual YouTube caught up, but yeah. To me, it's a little bit behind. Back over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Thank you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. One of the things this weekend is our winter field day. Here in North America, we have a summer field day, and our winter field day is one weekend in June, I believe, and then one week in January. Because of all the hazardous road conditions here, most of the clubs I know in my area, the ham radio clubs, are operating out of their homes, just like we did during the pandemic. They're trying to make as many contacts as they can over this weekend, mainly for HF contacts. So if you see a lot of ham radio activity over the weekend, it's probably coming out of North America because you'll be seeing all kinds of signals. And we are, because it's an emergency preparation, this is perfect for it, because we're getting a lot of people, a swath of across the United States, of people that are going to be frozen in. Like I said, lacking in power. Now, I don't have that problem because I'm having off my house power. I don't have a backup power system. But there's going to be a lot of people that may lose their power and need emergency power or solar panels or batteries this weekend. So you may see a lot of those people operating from out of the North America situation. But this is what we train for, I guess. What we're preparing for is emergency situations. And with that, I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Glad everybody's here. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, I'm prepared, but I'm not prepared in a sense. So I have got Daisy Duke's old battery, and yeah, that works well actually when it's inside. I've tested it out. I've had it running the gateway for about 4 days, with the solar panel on as well. Yeah, it actually works. So I know that I could pretty much hook the rest of the shack up to it. But the HF, obviously, that would use a bit more of the ampage, if we had to go that way. But 2 and 70, I'd pretty be much fine. I know that the router, it runs on it runs on less than 12 volts, so that would just need a step down. Yeah, it kind of works, but yeah, it's strange how you say that, going off the grid, and of course, out towards your way, Michael, you do get a lot of off the grid, kind of thing. But yeah, I've been looking into things. I've been doing some research this week. Of course, my energy, so we say energy, gas and electricity. It's through the roof here in England, and of course, yeah, looking for other ways. But of course, there's a grant available, and it's normally for a heat pump. But it chucked something else at me, instead of a heat pump. I forgot what it was actually called, so unprepared because some things went wrong, but it basically, the name of it means no emissions. There was that. I know if I go into my, there we go, it's called a TPO. The company's called TPO, and it's called a ZEB, a ZEB, Zero Emissions Boiler. And the only downside to it is it's the size of a washing machine, and it has to be floor mounted. But I found some other ones, which they go in place of your normal boiler. They work the same, they're just smaller. So they work the same, but basically you no longer need the gas, and it then becomes an electric boiler with battery storage, with the option of solar panel. Well, of course, if you've already got solar panels, you've got that other option as well, to go put that to it as well, instead of putting it back to the grid. Yeah, you can run it on its own. I've got a timeout, so it's round to Rod, I think. No, we're wrong. It's round to Steve.
GW5VOG returning. I've got a feeling you missed Rod out actually on the last round, or did I just nod off? Go to sleep. Back to you, Chris.
Yeah, it's your fault. It's because it goes after you. Hi. Nah, it's all right. Yeah, take your over, and then we'll let Rod have 2 overs. If he's about to time out, you can key up again. Over to you there, Steve.
Okay, thank you, Chris. That's going to be a hard ask for old Rod to do 2 overs together. Yeah, so anyway, it doesn't matter, does it? There's only the 3 of us, so it doesn't really matter what order we go in. I do a VHF net on Wednesday night with people from my local club, and the guy that net controls on that, he just doesn't do any sort of rotation or anything like that. It's just like a free for all. So I much prefer this system of going round in order, I must admit. Although if you can't think of anything to say, you can just sit there for a bit and he won't call you. So yeah, it takes all sorts, doesn't it? Right, so the other thing I was going to say on the last round, but I thought I'd save it for this. We haven't got any Welsh people on, apart from me. But during February, the RSGB are running a 40-meter contest for regions 6 and 7, which makes up all of Wales. So, it lasts for the whole month. It's just to see who can get the most contacts. I think straightforward. So I just thought I'd point that out. And of course, there's coming up at the beginning of February, live. We haven't got anybody who's volunteered in South Wales to be net controller, so that's a bit of a problem. Anyway, so there we are. Back round to you then, Chris M7CCS from GW5 DRG.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Okay, Steve, thank you very much. Round to Rod. You don't have to do the 2 overs, and I'm sorry I missed you. G0, we use that.
G0, you said, but to the group. AC4ED out of Franklin, Kentucky, transmitting. Can I get in on this conversation?
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, and again, I'll get the call there, and yeah, I'll try and get to my right screen as well. Unfortunate when you're doing something as well, and it all changes, but that's the fun of an interactive net. So if the Kentucky station can go again, I will get you in the log, and then we will come to you. Well, what I'll do, I'll get Rod to try again, G0EZ, because I think it did cut his transmission up. And then I will call the Kentucky station, as I will be calling for check-ins after that over when I put it to Rod. So over to you there, Rod. G0EZ.
G0EZ. Are you copying me now, Chris? Over.
Yep, I'm copying you now, Rod. Not a problem. I think it was a mixture of the check-in and you key in as well. And of course, yeah, I think it just, the system threw a wobbly for a second.
G0EZ. Back to the group. Yeah, no problem. I don't know where you got up to. I just suddenly noticed that it wasn't me coming over the live stream. So there we go. No problem. Yeah, weather here has actually been quite a nice day. Not cool, but it's been a lovely sunny day. With a light wind, cold wind, but light. So yeah, it was all right. This is AC4ED out of Kentucky. I was wondering where y'all's location was.
Okay, yes again, not on the login screen when that call came in. But yeah, we've just got to make sure everything's good. Rod, you cut out again. And I was about to tell you where you got up to. And yeah, the script, it went blank. And for the station that's calling, this is the Saturday Ragchew Net. It goes out on CQ Northwest where you're coming in from, where you're coming in from, and of course it is a controlled net normally. It is relaxed, but it is controlled. We literally ask for check-ins, and that's when people go for check-ins. But I will let you come in there, and there is a live stream going on YouTube. So if you type my call sign into YouTube, and you will see there is the Saturday Ragchew Net. It's live on there currently at the moment if you've got a computer. Yeah, as of the locations, Michael Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa is in Libon, Tennessee. Steve at GW5VOG in Penarth, the Vale of Glamorgan in Wales. Rod G0EUZ, he is in Cottingham, which it's forgot me where that actually is. And of course the others are just listening there. So over to the Kentucky station, and I will have me screen open, hopefully. Yeah, I've not got it open because I was actually presenting some out on the live stream, so it went over the log. So over to the Kentucky station, and I will try and get that call sign in the log from like 7 Charlie Sierra.
Hey, yeah, sorry about this. This is AC4ED out of Franklin, Kentucky. I didn't realize it was a controlled network, but my WiresX demonstrating to my next door neighbor how clear and everything it is. And my room says CQ-NW. I don't really know what that stands for, but 73s to you, and I do appreciate you coming back to me. You clear as a bell. I'm talking on a 991 Alpha in my mobile with a 128 TOS antenna, and appreciate the comeback.
Yeah, not a problem there. Of course, yeah, I run the net every Saturday. Well, most Saturdays. There have been times when I haven't the net, and for reasons. But of course, yeah, everyone is welcome there. But what I normally do is, of course, we're actually on the second round. We're on the second round when you called in there, and I can give you a little bit of what. W is, that is CQ Northwest in the UK. That is a mixture of repeaters that are connected together, and then what happens, it links in for the nets to W.D.R.G 87517, which I'm on, and then of course yeah, it goes out to a server which is DMR DStar, etc. And of course, yeah, we get together, have the little net on a Saturday. There's a little net on a Wednesday, and people are welcome to come in. So thanks very much for calling in there, and of course I will bid you that 73. And it's time to call for check-ins. So would anybody like to join us on the Saturday Ragchew Net? Go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over.
2 Whiskey 1, Tango Echo Romeo. If the Kentucky guys listening, I'm in Llandrindod in Wales, or Cymru as we call it here, and I just had apple and blackcurrant crumble and custard that my daughter made me, and very tasty it was indeed. A nice welcome treat. I'm finding I can eat puddings and stuff like that much better than meals at the moment, so I'm whacking them down my neck. Anyway, hello, 2 Whiskey 1, Tango Echo, handing it back to control.
Yeah, thanks very much there, Monty, and of course, yeah, you definitely seem in perky, and yeah, want to know what extra ingredients were in the crumble. Hi. But yeah, it's all good. So if you'd like to be number 9 into the Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over.
Golf 4 Sierra Charlie Juliet. Name is Dave, Delta Alpha Victor Echo. QTH is downtown Northampton, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks very much there, Dave, and yeah, I can see you sat there in the peanut as well. As you can see, yeah, I don't know if you can see my call sign. I think it is my call sign when I transmit, but it shows me sat in Wales. I don't know, but I installed the app pretty quickly there just to get sound out onto the live stream, because I know that CQ Northwest has it there. So yeah, good to have you there, Dave. I see another station just popped in there as well. So yeah, if you'd like to be number 10 into the Saturday Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over. Okay, it's all good there, and yeah, I'll just let KB5 FMH, yeah, FMH, using twice now. But yeah, I'll just let him sit there for a while, and then we go around the list, and if he wants to check in with us, he can. So we're going to go to the top of the list now, and we're going back to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo in Papa.
Thank you very much, Chris. This was Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo Indy Papa. I don't think I've had anybody that close to my house call in on this particular Ragchew Net, because Eddie is in Franklin, Kentucky, like he said, which is about 30, not quite 36 miles southeast of, or not northwest of me, up in Kentucky, just not too far across the state line. I was just looking at his page, and I can see his 991 Alpha mounted in his vehicle, and along with a very nice carved walking stick. Be glad to have him back on the net anytime. I said that he's going through the same winter storm that I am. I'm hoping he's doing it from inside his house and not for his vehicle, because otherwise that's going to be pretty cold and going to have to require some movement of snow and things like that. I'm getting pictures here from all over the area, including my original home state of Arkansas, of all the snow that's coming through. It's amazing to me. We started out till about 9 o'clock this morning. My area was still free of snow. By 9:30, things were covered. It's coming through fast and furious. It's supposed to go all the way across from Texas, all the way across the southern part of the United States to the northeast, and wreak havoc for everybody all the way through. But here was doing pretty good. My wife, I think, is woken up, and she was dozing a little bit in her recliner, and I'm smelling something very good coming from downstairs. So I'll go ahead and hit the food porn. Said I had scrambled eggs with sugar cured ham this morning. First time I ever had that with a biscuit, and I had a rib roast for lunch with mac and cheese. That rib roast was fantastic, had a huge beef bone in it, and I chewed on it like a caveman. So I'm full for the day. My wife is planning, I guess, more food for the wintertime storm. And with that, Chris, I'll turn it back to you. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. I was thinking that actually when he gave his location and everything, I was thinking that's quite close. But of course, he said he was giving a demonstration there of WiresX with a 991. Yeah, he was giving that. Maybe he's still hanging around there. And yeah, he did say 7.3, but we can we give him a call because, of course, yeah, we don't bite, do we? So we go around to Steve, GW5VOG. Over to you there, Steve.
GW5VOG returning. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, that's nice to hear, Eddie from Kentucky, and good evening to Monty and Dave. I think on the live stream we got not available for Dave's location. He's in Northampton. So according to my QRZ. Anyway, yeah, Michael, let's hope the snowstorm doesn't get too bad. Stay in the warm. If you've got to go out, take your ice axe, your crampons, pair of skis maybe, and just take it easy and be careful. I think possibly we've had our worst winter storms, and we never had any snow here, which always used to be the norm, not having a lot of snow. But these days we seem to get more and more stuff coming from the east that does bring us snow now. Yeah, I'm just running out of things to say, really. So I think the best thing to do is to pass back to you, Chris. No danger of timing out this round. So M7CCS from GW5VOG.
GW5VOG from Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, you know, if this is going to be a phase, we're going to have to see if, yeah, there's not a prize for the shortest over. But, yeah, it's all good. So, we walk around to Rod, G0, EZ.
G0, EZ, back to the group. Yeah, good evening to Monty there and to Dave. Nice to catch you on. I hope you're both well. Very little audio coming out to Dave. I struggle to copy, but there you go. Yeah, so what else is on? I mean, really nothing's happening at this end. The weather's been quite really just now. I did have a really bad night Friday. I don't know what it is.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, I don't know what it is because, yeah, I turned it up there, the DMR, just to check, and you said, I don't know what it is, and you dropped. Do you want to try again? Yeah.
Tomorrow. Although, of course, I want to be having the pineapple because it affects my mouth. But, yeah, my wife's looking forward to it. I shall be cooking that, so I look forward to that. And we start to get them in. We should start not to get away with these weeks again. He's always trying to get us. It's a curious conspiracy. Yeah, and I don't think I'm not suitable for the weather. I've got some cold in cold. I will sell myself logs if need be, although they're well buried at the moment in the outhouse. I'll have to make room for to move again.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Yeah, not a problem there. And of course, yeah, we're just seeing where I am in the log. Right, we just spoke to Rob, definitely. So next, we'll see if Eddie is still there in Kentucky. AC4, Echo Delta. Okay, nothing heard there. So it's your turn, Monty. 2W1, TR.
Whiskey 1, Tango Echo Romeo. Yeah, bit of an eventful week. I got taken into hospital Tuesday, stayed for a couple of days at Hereford Hospital. Had to have platelet transfusion. I was very ill, and my platelets had dropped down to danger level, so they banged a bag of platelets in, which got rushed down from Birmingham. All very good in Hereford Hospital, fair play to them. They did look after me well. Better food than Birmingham, I must say. Yeah, I was just very ill and very tired and worn out and knackered. But after the platelet transfusion, a vast improvement in my health and that. So that obviously worked. And then put onto a set of antibiotics because I picked up a bowel infection through constipation. But I'm sure you don't want to hear the details of that. Oh, do you? But then, yeah, it's just been rough and dealing with stuff. Things ain't getting better. But you've got to deal with what you got, haven't you? I just noticed that ICE have executed a man on the streets in America. Very lots of videos out on it, and there's no denying they just walked up, put him on the ground and shot him. Disgusting behaviour. And then, of course, they wouldn't let the local police investigate because they knew they were in the wrong. Disgusting. Executing innocent people in the street. So anyway, that's going to cause some stirs with the radio bods that listen in and don't like people talking about stuff, but or certain stuff, but I don't really care. These things have to be spoken about and spoken against. But yeah, bloody American Gestapo. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. 2 Whiskey 1 Tango Echo Romeo, handing it back to control.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. You're among friends here, and I'm not firing any emails off, it's free speech, isn't it? But yeah, it's a gentleman's agreement not to talk anything political or whatever, but as well. But gentlemen's agreements get broken as well, don't they? But yeah, it's all good there. And yeah, dangerous levels there, Monty. You need to look after yourself better. Tell you off for that. And yeah, down my neck of the woods, no, nearly my neck of the woods, not quite. Again. And of course, yeah, you're better after that transfusion. So we will now go around to Dave in Northampton, Golf 4, Sierra, Charlie, Juliet.
Golf 4, Sierra, Charlie, Juliet. Yes, good evening, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And yeah, downtown Northampton, in the heart of the Midlands of England, and lived there since 1959. Came from Geordie land before that, and the northeast, not the northwest, and been down there since 1959. 80 years of age, done me time, and enjoyed 45 years of amateur radio. So much that my grandchildren got involved a little bit with it, and they both can do Morse code at 12 words a minute now. So that's not bad. And I made them a couple of oscillators up, and I seem to be making oscillators all over the place now for other grandchildren as well. There we go. Anyway, Sorry, I've got Parkinson's disease and I suffer from the shakes a little bit, so my apologies. My hands are jumping around all over the place. I'll pop it back to control. Many thanks for letting me in. G4SCJ, over to control.
G4SCJ, over to control. G4SCJ, over to control. G4SCJ, over to control. G4SCJ, over to control. G4SCJ, over to G4SCJ, 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 G4.
What's happening there, guys? Not sure what's happening.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. I was thinking that was happening there, but I think it just might have been trying to key up too soon. It was like a reverb, but I know you're using the Peanut app there as well. I was going to mention that. If you're using the PC, I think on the normal Peanut app, I think you can use spacebar and it'll hold. And then you just press it again when you don't need when you're finished. But if you look at it's Spanish, but it's client Peanut, Fernando, Lima Whiskey 6 Echo Mike November. That's the version of Peanut that I would normally use on the computer. And the magic key on there, when you've got it configured, is Control. And you literally just, it's the corner key of the keyboard as well. You just press Control, you chat away your over, and then when you're finished, just hit Control again and end off. But yeah, handy little bit of information there, Dave, and yeah, not quite sure what happened, but I keep hearing a gateway coming in on CQ Northwest, and it peeps might have caused a reverb in the WiresX side of things. And I'm on WiresX myself, and I heard the reverb as well. So it's not a problem. Hopefully it shouldn't happen again. So we'll see if Mark wants to come in and join us. He is still sat there. Kilo Bravo 5 Foxtrot Mike Hotel.
Oh yes, Kilo Bravo 5 Foxtrot Mike Hotel. Name is Mark. I live in the state of Iowa, on the Mississippi River, and my wife and I just moved to Iowa from Texas. We grew up in Iowa, but we were in Texas for about 50 years, retired, and came back to be close to siblings. So we're loving it, but the cold and the snow is a bit of a shock, even though we grew up in it. 30 below wind chill is pretty tough. And within a few weeks of being here, we had 12 inches of snow, so that was pretty tough. But again, we are loving it. I'm a fairly new radio operator, very new to this application, Echolink and Peanut. Since we moved to Iowa, I have not had a chance to get any kind of antenna up in my subdivision because the Homeowners Association has restrictions. So I'm trying to figure out a way to get a good HF antenna up. But in the meantime, I am enjoying conversations with anybody I can talk to learn and try to understand what the rules are and what the rules aren't in terms of these new applications. I'm absolutely here to learn, so let me know if I'm doing anything wrong. I've been listening in for a while. I appreciate the conversations. I wish those of you that had the health concerns the best wishes to you. A speedy, swift recovery. Be comfortable. I hope you all are having a great new year, a great start to the new year. I'm going to let it go back to the net. I appreciate it. I will listen in for a little while, but I hope to talk with you gentlemen again someday. 73 KB5 FMH, back to control.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, yeah, it's not a problem there, Mark. And of course, yeah, we do this every Saturday. And of course, yeah, we all talk about health problem, whatever comes to mind, really. There's no set topics and whatever, and of course, yeah, there's no real strict rules other than at the beginning, I'll call for 5 check-ins. And it just goes, you know, you get the check-in and straight back. Then it goes round the group, and then after that, I call for check-ins on and over. And if I happen to spot someone somewhere, and there's so much to monitor, but like I said, if I happen to spot someone somewhere, then I will actually yeah, type it into the log there, give them a mention. Sometimes you scare them off, but that's not the intention, and that's why I said, you know, we'll see if we want to stay there, listen for a while, and then join in, because anyone's welcome there. And of course, yeah, there's an old one that we haven't spoken to in a while. Actually, it has been over a year. Yeah, it has been over a year. And yeah, Ken, who used to come on to the Ragchew Net. If you've got C for WiresX, GB3WW is connected straight into us. If you have got WiresX, so that's an option for you. But if not, the Echolink is Mike Bravo 6 PG/L. Mike Bravo 6 PG/L. No longer MB6PG. It's Mike Bravo 6 PG/L. And you'll be able to get to us on Echolink if you happen to use PNet, yes, YSF-CQNW. That's another way. So yeah, there's a couple of options for you there, Ken, and yeah, we hope to hear your tones back on the Ragchew Net soon. So it is time to call and see if anybody else does want to join us before we go back round the list. So if you'd like to join in with the Saturday Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, location, and an over. Okay, left a nice gap there. Keep the system happy, and yeah, keep the system happy and it stays happy longer. So yeah, it's all good there. But of course, yeah, sometimes I forget about that 4-second gap. We need to do it on most systems nowadays, as well. So we will go over to Michael now. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. Been a very good day so far. I was going to let you know my wife this morning posted a picture on Facebook of this kitchen. I don't know where she found it. I found it someplace on Facebook. I've seen other people sharing it. But it's pictures of this kitchen, and you see the cabinets and everything behind, and from floor to ceiling is rolls and rolls of toilet paper and big bottles of gallon jugs of milk, loaves and loaves of bread, stacks of eggs and everything like that. And she posted on there that she was ready for the snow. What was kind of funny was, not only did it not look like my kitchen, but it was a kitchen, there were actually some people that looked at it and took it seriously and thought she had bought all that for this snow event. It's probably going to last 4 or 5 days. And it amazed me that people actually believe that she bought, I mean, it looks like a warehouse in a kitchen of all these goods and services. So it kind of reminded me of the saying that I have about the media. If you don't watch the media, you remain uninformed. But if you watch the media, you remain misinformed. Much like our media is today. So keep that little saying in your mind, because people will see what they want to see, and it may not be always facts or fiction out there, but it is a picture and a video, and it's worth 1,000 words. It may not be accurate. Those kind of things happen. You never know. But it was amazing to me that people actually kind of funny. Our stores here have been depleted several times in the last couple of days for people panic buying milk, bread, and all the other stuff. My wife went out yesterday and filled up both our cars. Well, actually filled the other car the other day to make sure we had both of our tanks were full of gas or petrol. And I told her, I said, I don't really know. I understand why you did it. It's a good thing that you did fill them up. But I said, I'm not leaving this house during this storm for anything. The only way is if I really seriously screw myself up and an ambulance has to take me away. I won't be leaving one of our cars in this kind of weather. So that's our tale for today. Well, then I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, if you've got 2 tanks of gas, well, I'd say diesel, most would say petrol, but if you've got 2 tanks of gas, then, yeah, you want to make sure you've got an inverter as well. So if the power does go out, of course you just run an extension lead out to the car, hi. And, yeah, I'm sure, yeah, with it just ticking over there, it worked out and it run you through it. That was the hot news this week in this area, and I absolutely hate electric carts, as I call them. But of course, yeah, the only reason the government wants them, of course, yeah, there's a reason why they give you a grant and they want us to have them. It's because when the grid is low on resources, they can take the resources back out of all the hundreds of thousands of batteries they got plugged in. So that's kind of the thing. But also, yeah, that was the hot news this week. Is somebody had a power cut, and some of these electric cars now have inverter mode on them. So they literally just went in and put plugged into it, and they ran, yeah, hundreds of thousands of different extension leads, which they could have tripped over, broke their necks. They probably got warm, and yeah, they were running their house. But I know that if literally if we have no electric, you just run the essentials, don't you? If you get hold of some electric, but you might have a generator, so you don't even have the problem, Michael. So. But then you did tell me you wouldn't have power, so if you had a generator, it wouldn't have been a problem to get on the air, would it? But yeah, worth thinking about. You've got an inverter, your cigarette lighter, auxiliary socket as they call it, it becomes your friend in a power cut. Because you go out, fire the car up, and of course, yeah, if it's cold in the house, you've got somewhere warm to sit as well if you put the heating on inside the truck. So we're going with Steve, GW5 VOG.
GW5 VOG returning. Thank you, Chris. I'm just turning the computer back on so I can see when a timeout. Yeah, so one thing you were just a little negative on the electric cars there, which I love an electric car actually. I just think it's the next gadget really to play with, isn't it? Anyway, but I got to persuade the wife. She's not in a car buying mood at the moment. She wants to keep the one we got. Anyway, yeah. So what I was going to say, one good thing about electric cars, relating to what you've been talking about, on most of them, you can fully charge the battery but not go anywhere, leave it on your drive outside, and you can connect to it and use that battery, which is quite a big, powerful one. You can use that to power things in your house. So it'll you can take power from it, or if you're camping or something, say when you're in Shell Island, somewhere like that, you can power yourself off the battery there, as long as you leave a bit to get down to local town and charge it up again. You were saying about what you've got, Chris, to standby. I've got a 100 amp hour leisure battery, a lead acid thing, huge thing. It gives me a hernia when I have to move it. I keep that charged all the time, and I've also looking after for the RayNet emergency group that I belong to a very nice power bank. You know, one of the ones that's got all sorts of sockets on it and that, 12 volts. The only thing is I have tried using my FT818 on it, run it from it, and it ran it okay, but I think it made a little bit of noise on it, so it's not, it might have a bit of a problem with being noisy, so if that's the case, it's not much good for radios, but anyway, it's for emergency use supposedly, but we've got 6 of them, so the guy that runs the group doesn't want 6 power banks in his house, or his wife's going mad with him, and so there we are. That's my emergency standby system, which I have used occasionally. So back to you then, Chris.
Like 7 Charlie Sierra. Well, I've got a plan. You buy your electric car, Steve, and you run your house on it, and you see how quickly that battery depreciates and how much a new battery costs. It's not just that. It's other things. Something we've got a lot of is potholes in it, and speed humps. And the batteries are normally underneath where your transmission tunnel exhaust kind of would be. And yeah, if you go for an MOT, like service check, whatever, it only takes a little ding in that battery cell, in one of the cells, and yeah, you need the new batteries, and that's not covered on warranty. Now a stone flicking up from the ground could cause one of those dents. Yeah, if you've got a female who likes to mount curbs, or even males that like to mount curbs, yeah, you're gonna hit that battery, and things like that. You literally, if you're gonna buy an electric car, yeah, you're gonna have to drive around at 20 miles an hour everywhere, and even at 20 miles an hour, you could still dent that battery pack. But yeah, that's just my view on it. Anyway, round to you. There are some interesting videos on YouTube of why not to get an electric car though as well. The truth about it, it's called. So yeah, go round to Rog G0EUZ.
G0EUZ, back to the group. Well, I don't know what's going on at this end, Chris. I keep losing you in particular altogether, no audio whatsoever. The live stream's gone. It seems to be pleasing itself when it does, but there's no audio on it anyway. So, not very good today. But it'll probably be to do with how many people are using the internet to stream, won't it? But there you go. Yeah, my car's a hybrid, but you know, I only get in winter I get about 40 miles to a charge. Summer it goes up to about 22. So, but to be fair, for what I do around the village, that will last me all week. Charge it once a week. So I think I've got about 6 miles on it now, and I'll charge it up tomorrow night to go shopping. The only trouble is, it won't get me to where I go shopping and back again. So you know, it'll need charging again on Monday night. But there you go. I still like the car, I must admit. I like it, and I like it when it's on battery. My big worry about it is just the sheer amount of electronics within that car, you know, with it ALLSTAR, you know, because the engine kicks in as and when it wants to. You see it on the dashboard.
Okay, I got to the engine kicks in, you can see it on the dashboard, and that's what worries you. About that hybrid car, and then it did all break up. I think, yeah, you might be having some internet pulling out problems your end, Rod. I get them. I'm on mobile broadband, and at the moment, I'm running on 89 meg per second at the minute. But of course, strangely enough, I haven't been well this week, so I was awake about 3 a.m. and I done a little check on the speed. 627 megs per second, because no one else was using it but me. That's the problem with internet. They say that that's the speed and that is the speed, but it is all trunked to all the houses, which it restricts it at peak times, and we are at a peak time, in a sense as well. So yeah, we're a bit brave with the live stream and everything else. So we will go round to Monty now, 2W1 TER.
2 Whiskey 1 Tango for Romeo. Sticking on the subject, yeah, I had a Honda Jazz for a loaner for a couple of weeks once. That was a hybrid. Best car I've ever driven. Economy-wise, smoothness, it was fantastic. The dash was like Star Trek. The lights would go green if you was driving good, red if you kicked it. You know, it was absolutely brilliant car. I absolutely loved it, and if you know, I can't drive now, and it's not really worth me buying a car anymore. But I'd be able to outlook for one of them. It was fantastic, but yeah, I wish I'd bought it. Would have a chance, but no, it was brilliant. And on the other note, if you try running your house through your cigarette lighter in a car, your cigarette lighter is going to explode because they can't handle the ampage. There's a special socket in some of the cars to do it from, but it's nothing to do with the interior of the cab, because that's all low ampage, 12 volt. You try running that for anything, even an inverter powerful enough to power like a freezer or something, you're going to burn your car down. So don't do that. But yeah, that Honda was absolutely amazing. And actually, the fuel cells under the car, yeah, do remember they have like a 3 or 4 millimeter steel sheet over the top of them. So puncturing it is very, very hard. Unless you hit something really hard and sharp, you're going to clip it on the curb. You've got the belly pan in, and there's insulation between that and the battery. Yeah, it's not as easy to puncture them as you think. But yeah, you go on the internet, and there's really plus and minuses everything. And people hate them. People have agendas to give events to them, for them. But at the end of the day, I think the main reason people introduced them, well, I mean, you've got to look like the first electric car was in 1872. The London taxis and New York taxis were all electric. It's not a new thing. The only problem was they didn't have the technology for the larger batteries back then. It was all lead acid. So they couldn't do a lot, but they were all electric. But yeah, I think the main reason people wanted to introduce them was to break the grip of the OPEC countries on oil, because they were throttling us and having us buy the Nadgers. And then we went, well, if we don't have to buy the oil, then sod them. But yeah, there's some interesting pluses and minuses to them. Say with petrol cars, say with diesel. My transit van exploded, and that was diesel. It happens. So yeah, don't rule them out. 2 Whiskey 1 Tango Echo Romeo, back to control.
Mike 7, Charlie CHESHIRE. Don't worry about plugging into the cigarette lighter. That's what insurance is for. No, I'm joking. But yeah, that is the point actually, Steve. But yeah, okay, you're all trying to change my mind. The hybrid, I suppose, in a sense, yeah, it works, because if you're out of battery, you're not stranded. And because you've still got some fuel. to start up the engine and stuff like that. So that I can't discount it off, because a hybrid, yeah, that works. But fully electric, it's just what it is. Yes, it's what do you get? Special tariff. It's £4 to charge your car up. Then you get your mileage and your range and whatever. But if you're going on a long journey, then you need to stop at the service station. Then it costs you something like £45 for 15 minutes of a rapid charge or something. Sometimes even slower, and if a rapid charge ain't available. But of course, yeah, they charge you by the kilowatts it uses, don't they? I believe. But yeah, the thing is the prices that it's just strange stuff. How can I say? I'm a realist. That's the one. So of course, yeah. In my lifetime, we were told, oh, petrol's bad. Everyone buy a diesel, and everyone went out bought a diesel. And then they said, oh, diesel's bad, and then we had the diesel scrappage scheme, but everyone bought petrol. And it's yeah, then biodiesel, then LPG. That didn't really catch on, did it? But yeah, the first electric vehicle I ever saw was a milk float. But yeah, thinking of mileages, those things used to do, because they had to get out from the depot, get rained, and get back. But of course, they had no traffic to contend with, so they weren't really sat there wasting power or anything like that. But they would use power for the headlights because of the time in the morning they went out and stuff like that. But of course, that was on an independent battery, same as an electric car. Your indicators, your horn and all that, and wipers and things, it's all on an independent battery, I believe, which it has some kind of alternator. But what I don't like about them, I'm going to time out, so I'm going to take a pip and say it. Mike 7, Charlie Sierra returning. Yeah, what I don't like about them is most things on an electric car are a sealed unit. And yeah, you can't get to those mechanicals and fix them, or you can't even get in there to fix it. It's just direct replacement in a sense. So if the equivalent of an ECU, which is telling it what power levels to put the motors to the wheels at and things like that, if that fails, it's not like you can go in there and replace a chip or something like that. It's a sealed unit. You need a whole brand new one, don't you? If one cell goes bad in the battery, you need a whole brand new one. You can't. You can run it on one cell not really working, but yeah, it's just things like that. It's the potential of one cell to go down, and then you need a whole new battery, and things like that. But the hybrid model, yeah, I like that. But then I suppose I'm contradicting in a sense, because I was saying about electric boilers, which, yeah, it stores the energy and then it uses that. I was going to present it on the live stream, but of course, yeah, it basically turns battery energy into thermal energy, and it heats the water. I did forget to say, with that zero emissions thing, you need a tank, but with the direct replacement boiler versions, you don't need the tank. And of course, yeah, they come with the option of having a nice solar panel up on the roof as well, which means that instead of sending that energy that you generate off to the grid, you're sending it to your battery. So essentially, that's good for your heat, in a sense. Anyway, because they're designed to charge off peak, but if they don't need charging, they don't charge. If they've got the power in them. So we will now go round the two. I've got to remember where we were. We spoke to Monty, so we'll go round to Dave, G4SCJ. Okay, I've got a funny feeling that his audio might have gone down. He might have gone for a visit to a little boy's room, or something like that. But I did see another key up, so Mark was testing, I think, to make sure that the audio was working. Yeah, so we'll go over to KB5 Foxtrot Mike Hotel. Okay, I'm going through all systems. So, anyway, we're going to go round, so I'm not going to call for any check-ins on this one. So we're going to go round the list, and we are going to do the last over and 7-3. So, we go round to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
This is Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa, and I was ready to talk cars, but I guess we're at the end of the rope here, so I just tell everybody, I hope everybody has a great week. I like both my cars. One of them is a hybrid, one of them is nothing but petrol, and like them both, they've been good since, one of them since 2018. One's I've got 3 years on it now, and the hybrids I've got 3 years on it, no problems with either one of them. But hope everybody has a great week, and if y'all have bad weather, hope you stay safe out there. I'm going to try and do the next 2 days worth of bad storms, and we'll see how it goes on the other end. And hopefully I'll join up with everybody next Saturday. Hope you feel better, Monty, because I know that's a rough procedure. My wife's gone through it a couple of times with the platelets and or whole blood. Talk to everybody next week, hopefully on Saturday. Take care. 73 from Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, 7-3 there, Michael. I just looked back at the YouTube comments. I'm logged in now on Echolink, so call me in. We'll call Kenneth in. I cannot remember the call sign. It's been over a year. But I know it will come up in the log, correct. So, I'll put it over to Kenneth. I'm not into Echolink yet. Otherwise I'd be able to see the call sign there. Over to you there, Ken.
Yeah, good evening to you all. This is Golf Whiskey 4 Golf Juliet Alpha. Golf Whiskey 4 Golf Juliet Alpha. Yeah, nice to hear you all there. And I've just been looking, I've seen so many ways in now since I last came up last. So you came off Echolink for a while, and obviously you got back on since. I was only thinking of you a few weeks ago. I thought I must check to see other ways in. I haven't got round to it ever. My DMR radio packed up actually, but I've got that working again now. It was a silly, stupid thing with it. I do have another one, but haven't got that set up on the hotspot here. Anyway, good to hear you all. I'm in Massachusetts still, and been extremely busy the last year. We had all sorts of things going on, and including a new roof on the bungalow and driveway all redone, all the paths. That kept us busy. What with some illness as well, not so much with myself, but with family and other things. I've had to do a lot of visiting and moving around. There's just so much going on last year. The ex-wife is not too bad. She has to rely on her electric scooter now more. And talking about cars, yeah, I still run a Berlingo, and I'm keeping it. It's a diesel. I've had it a long time now. I've just spent £1,000 on it. Well, I say just. I can't think when it was now. Time moves so quickly. I've just had all the timing belts replaced, and I wanted it done because I didn't feel safe driving in it with the mileage on the clock I've got. But it wasn't as bad as I thought, to be honest. But it had expired by 3 years. I didn't know that, so good job. I had it done, So I had the car fully serviced, new timing belts, auxiliary belts, water pump, the gaiters on the front drives was an MOT requirement anyway, they had to be done. Yeah, so I spent a lot of money on the car, but it was well worth it. And I want to get another 5 years out of it, really. So it's doing this thing, it's ideal for the electric scooter. So I'm keeping it as long as I can. The electric scooter is a loan one, actually, from a friend. Because I don't get any financial help whatsoever from any of the authorities for my wife's disablement. We don't even get a blue badge. You know, we had a blue badge for years. And it got turned down last time, and she can hardly walk. So we did appeal, but that was a waste of time. So we make do without that. Well, since then we've got this electric scooter, so you don't really need the blue badge anyway now. So that.
Okay, well, someone had to hit it, didn't they? And Ken comes back to it to us, and he hits the timeout. So it's been brilliant catching up there, Ken. I will bid you a 7-3. I just wanted to make sure that I called you in there and not didn't ignore you there. When I saw the comment there on YouTube that you're on the side, so you've been up to a lot. You've got the car in order, and everything's all good with you. Hope to hear you next week. So I will now put it round to Steve, GW5VOG, round to you for your last over and 7-3.
GW5VOG returning. Thank you, Chris. Right, I know this is a 73 round, but I've got to come back and defend the electric car. Right, first of all, can I say, I mean, I've got a petrol car now. It is amazingly convenient. Although I've noticed recently that a lot of the big supermarkets around here are closing their garages earlier and earlier all the time. So it's getting almost to how it used to be in the old days when you can't get petrol in the evening. Anyway, the other thing with petrol cars and range anxiety, it's all right if you can afford to go down to the supermarket and fill your tank up. Then for a while you've got no range anxiety at all. But there's a lot of people these days who can't afford to fill up the whole tank. They're living hand to mouth because of the high costs and everything. They can only afford to put 20 quid in the tank, and then you have range anxiety again. You know, it's not perfect petrol. I must say I had a diesel car once, the only one I ever had, and it was my favourite car that I've ever had. It was an Escort Estate, and I loved it. And it used to do way more miles to the gallon than any petrol car at the time. That's changed now. I think they're much more equal now. Electric batteries have come with a guarantee for so many miles, a warranty. So you get a separate battery warranty. Now I'm sure there's a few get outs and things like that. If you crash the car, it's not covered, that sort of thing. Or if you do careless driving or go rallying in it, or drive across rocks and things, it might be excluded, but it is guaranteed that it will last for so many miles. That's that. Hybrid cars, a great idea, but you know, to me, eventually we're going to not use petrol anymore. For one reason, zero emissions, which you've mentioned with your boiler. You know, there's so many kids now get asthma and stuff like that. Living in a city, the emissions are a big problem. So, you know, I think eventually we will have, whatever we think, we'll have to go to electric cars eventually. So why not go now and be in the forefront? And the charging into your home back from the battery goes through a special circuit, which is very high power. Obviously you can't do your whole house on it, but it would run emergency lights and stuff like that. I'm just about to time out, so I'm going to take a bit. Back in. So after that little rant there, I will say 73. It's been a great net tonight, all over the world, and even Merton Tidwell. And thanks for running it, Chris, and speak to you next Saturday. So this is GW5EOG handing back to the net controller.
CQNW weather update. Today, the northwest of England sees overcast clouds and light rain. In the northern parts, expect gusty winds up to 12 miles per hour with a light rain sprinkle. The central and southern regions are cloud covered with lighter winds, around 4 miles per hour. Temperatures hover between 6 to 7 degrees. No severe weather warnings are currently in place. Remember your raincoat if venturing to the northern coast. 7-3 from M0NWX.
In the log, hoping it worked, and it worked. I've decided to go a little bit flippy while my WiresX has. So we go round to Rod for your last over and 7-3 G0 EZ.
Did I get it at all, GW4GJ?
Okay, right, so I was passing it to Rod, and then we had a handy weather update. So over to you there, Rod, for your last over and 7-3.
G0, you said. You obviously didn't get my last over either. I did hear the weather update, but
It's 10 here, GW4GJ. Did I get it at all? I didn't get any acknowledgement whatsoever, but otherwise I'll have a look into it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if I was phoning the internet provider now, I'd be shouting at them. Something's a little amiss. It's excessive keying from Echolink, that's what's doing it. Hey, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. As I figured, IPG was doubling with us, so there was an over trying to go on in there. Of course, there we go. I now got a message. Did you hear me? No, I didn't hear you. Because Rod was trying to have his over and it was breaking up, and it was all. That's why. But I did hear you when you had your actual over, and you spoke to me, and I put it back to you. So this is delayed, and it will go out. So hopefully it doesn't get broken again. If it goes on the live stream. So we go over to I'll give a 7-3 there, Rod. We'll just drop down to Monty. Round to you for your last over and 7-3.
who you calling in again, Chris? That got a bit jumbled on my end.
Yeah, I was just calling you for your last over at 7-3 there, Monty.
Yeah, Roger-Dodge. Yeah, although it was Monty, so it's Monty. I was like, oh, what have we done now? Anyway, 2 Whiskey 1 Tango Worker home here. Yeah, interesting chats and good talk about electrics and hybrids and all that lot. That's always a touchy subject with some people. It's just progress, isn't it? You know, oil is going to run out. Hydrogen is the way to go, but we haven't got the way of containing it yet. But you never know what's around the corner. But things will change. Things always change. All the people with horse and casters were moaning about petrol. You know, oh, these automatic cars. You know, the death of the horse. Well, you know, things move on. But yeah, it's been great for local ideas. But long distance travelling, nah, I mean, not yet. Like you say, you know, you've got to plan your journey. You've got to plan longer for your recharge stops. But that's part of the planning. If you expect it to go the same length and time as a petrol car, then that's just it's your fault, isn't it? You've got to factor all the things in if you're going long distance. I know people who tour from like South Wales up to Scotland in electric cars and they go touring around, but they plan the journey to allow for the stops. But each to their own. I still like my electric trike. 2 Whiskey 1 Tango Worker Romeo, giving it a big Saturday Ragchew to everybody and have fun.
Yeah, Severy there, Monty, and thanks very much. Right, hopefully we're going to stay connected to CQ Northwest. So we're going to go over to Dave now, Golf 4 Sierra Charlie Juliet. Dave from Northampton, over to you there for your last over and 7-3. Hopefully you are hearing us there. Okay, nothing heard, so we'll try and call for Kilo Bravo 5 Foxtrot Mike Hotel for your last over and 7-3. Okay, nothing heard there. That's we've come to the end, in a sense, end of the list as well. So we will put the end screen on, and of course you can join City on Wednesday for the afternoon net. So in the net tonight we had myself as net control. We had Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa Michael. We had GW5 VOG Steve. We had G0 EUZ Rod. We had MW0 TTF Daryl was listening. We had M7 EMH City was listening. We had Alpha Charlie 4 Echo Delta Eddie in Kentucky. We had 2W1 TER Monty. We had G4 Sierra Charlie Juliet Dave and Northampton. We had Kilo Bravo 5 Foxtrot Mike Hotel Mark. And we had Ken GW4 GJA. I've been Mike 7 Charlie Sierra. We'll bid you all a 7-3 and catch you next week for the Saturday Ragchew Net. 7-3 all.